Those Were the Days is filmed before a live internet audience.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your favorite show about old TV on the internet. That's right, it's time for Those Were the Days. Were they happy days? We'll find out, but I'm pretty sure they were better than where we're at now. But you know, your mileage may vary. Anyway, it's good to see you here tonight in old Milwaukee, Wisconsin. We're joined tonight. I'm your host, Steven, taking you on this journey tonight. But I am joined by my favorite people, the best trooper in the Junior Chipmunks, Amy.
So you know what the problem is today? The problem is today that there would be no creepy abandoned house that's all overgrown because some lawn mowing influencer would have shown up to mow it for free and get it all cleaned up to, preserve the property values and make the neighborhood nice. Like you just don't get that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I know, I watch them all the time.
All the time. They're so good.
Just trying to figure out what to wear to the Halloween party. It's Audie.
Okay, so you're going as Tonto for Halloween, huh? Maybe I should go as your Lone Ranger, Hi-Ho Silver. No, thank you. Okay, what if I went as a vampire? I want to suck your blood, baby. Oh, no, that sounded way too square. Maybe a werewolf. How? Nope, that was not hip at all. You know what? I'm just gonna wear a mask and go as me, but in disguise. Hey.
The how did it for me. That was good. And able to make a jukebox play top hits by the Eagles with just a smack, it's Travis.
Hey. That's all I got.
That's all you need.
That's all you gotta have. If I hadn't spoiled what show we're doing, everyone would have figured it out pretty quick, because that's right, we're doing Happy Days, a show that's probably one of my favorite shows of all time. I think I've seen every episode of Happy Days 4 or 5 times. This thing ran on Nick at Night forever. And then it'd do like hour-long blocks here and there. You get 2 episodes. And then they really favored a certain era of the show over other eras of the show, which we can talk a little bit about why that was the case. But I could talk about my love for it all day. It's pretty obvious. I want to hear what you guys think about Happy Days. What's your experience with it? We'll start with you, Amy.
I don't know for certain that I've ever actually watched Happy Days before.
Oh my!
I mean, I'm like very aware. Like I'm very aware. Like I must have.
Yeah.
I mean, how could I? It'd be hard not to.
Yeah,
But
for
not
sure.
in any sort of conscious decision making sort of way.
Right. Awesome. Audie, how about you?
You know, I'm kind of in the same boat as Amy. Like, I never sat down to watch it, but I know of it. This is one of those shows that I know was on TBS before or after a Braves game all the time. It was either
Yes.
that or Andy Griffith.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I know I have seen parts of it here and there. You know, it's hard not to know the Fonz and everything. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's just in the cultural zeitgeist and it's hard to avoid.
Oh yeah. It was definitely TV that just that everyone saw while it was on, and it's
Mhm.
kind of like Seinfeld. Even after it's off there, you just expect people are familiar with it.
Yeah.
Travis, you're my only hope. What did you watch this show?
Oh, I watched Happy Days. I remember watching Happy Days. It is my second favorite show with Tom Bosley as the father.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What was
My
the
favorite
other
being
show?
Wait Till Your Father Gets Home, which was an animated show from the early 70s. He plays the father in that as well. No, I do remember a lot of Happy Days on Nick at Night.
Yeah.
And watching, I mean, how do you like the Fonz? The Fonz is just
Yeah.
the best ever. I did just recently do a full watch through of all 6 Scream films, and I never failed to enjoy him as Principal Himbry in the first Scream. He's got one of my
Yes.
favorite scenes in it of all of the whole franchise. So,
I really like
it's
him in
great.
Parks and Rec.
Yes.
I think
Mhm.
that is
Yes. I
real
mean, Henry
good.
Winkler is incredibly funny.
Yes, he is.
And this character, you could just tell how much fun he had with this character.
Oh yeah, and
So,
he
yeah.
never stopped working. Like I thought that he was in Happy Days and that was the end of it. And then I saw Scream, But then I realized, like, no, this dude's been everywhere, and even more so, like, he's had a resurgence in recent
For
years,
sure.
like
Mhm.
with Barry, huge
Yes.
Yep.
main
Oh,
character
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
in Barry, and before that, he was in Arrested Development.
Yep.
Yep.
It's hilarious in that show. Henry Winkler's also well known as probably one of the nicest guys in Hollywood,
Yeah.
Right.
which always does you some favors when you're just trying to find cultural relevance. Everybody's
Oh,
just
for
like,
sure.
that guy's
Mhm.
great. He writes children books too. Hank Zipser. If you're ever looking for a kid's book, I don't know why you would, but if you were, they're books that he writes, and they're pretty great. But yeah, that's everybody knows the Fonz. The Fonz is so legendary. He's got his jacket in the Smithsonian. Like it's one of those things people know. Hey,
Yeah.
everywhere
Yep.
you go, all the time. But this show did not begin as a show about Fonzie. That might surprise you, but no, there's this little known actor who might have been on a small show called
He's like a
Andy
guy.
Griffith. And Andy Griffith was the show he was on. That's Ron Howard, who played Richie Cunningham on the show. Picked
Ron
up
who?
because
Yeah, he
right.
hasn't done much, you know.
He's also
Yeah.
done. Funny enough, he did Arrested Development too, which just
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
it just dawned on me that he and Henry Winkler were both a part of that show. But he's done a little directing. I mean, you might have heard some of
bit.
Here or there.
movies, Apollo
Yeah.
13, Cocoon. I don't know.
So there's is it on Apple? It might only be on Apple, but there's that show, The Studio.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Um the episode with Ron Howard, because it's just Ron Howard as Ron Howard, right? And it's really funny. Like, I always love when people play themselves, right? Because I feel like you get like a pretty good indication of what they're really like, because you wouldn't play an ass
Right.
if you were actually that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Mhm.
Right. You're not
Um,
getting Steven Seagal to play
No.
Steven Seagal
Right.
because he's gonna be too full of himself to play the version of Steven Seagal he actually is.
Right.
And so, like, the gist is that Seth Rogen needs to talk to Ron Howard, but like they'd had like a thing in the past where Seth Rogen really like embarrassed himself in front of Ron Howard, and so he's super hoping that Ron won't remember, and it's just like it's a whole thing, and it was really funny.
I have to watch
That's
that
great.
now. Now that I know it's
Yeah.
got Ron Howard in it, I'm in.
It's a pretty good show.
Yeah, I've heard that. But this show, you know, it starred Ron Howard. Funny enough, this is not the show was never intended to be a full-on sitcom. Happy Days was actually a spin-off from a show called Love American Style. Love American Style was a show that had vignettes of sorts, like little self-encapsulated stories it would tell. Not that different than Are You Afraid of the Dark? They were just stories on Love American Style. This one was called Love and the Television Set. And it starred Richie Cunningham, and they had the family there. I think there's a few differences in cast and stuff, but overall the idea was there. And Richie Cunningham, Ron Howard, was cast because he played in another small movie called American Graffiti by Star Wars legend George Lucas. If you're
One
just
of
now
my
learning,
father's top 3 films.
really,
Yes,
you
he
know,
was
I've never
actually.
seen it.
Oh, it's real good.
I need to watch. I saw Travis just light up. Whoa, what was that?
Sorry, my ears are burning.
Wait, wait, you haven't seen?
I haven't seen.
Somebody put the Travis signal up.
Exactly.
Beep, 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 beep.
But yeah, so American Graffiti had everybody's attention because it was a big hit. Which, funny enough, weird side story about that. George Lucas was dared to make a commercially viable film by Francis Ford Coppola because he had made THX 1138. Like, you could not make a regular, normal person movie. He's like, watch me. And he made American Graffiti, which then led to Star Wars. So it's pretty good stuff. But that led to Gary Marshall wanting to do this show called Happy Days. You might remember Gary Marshall from a bunch of other TV shows from that era.
Yeah,
He was
done a
big
few
deal.
things too. You know.
Yeah. And you know, if you're not a fan of old TV, then The Princess Bride, or not Princess Bride, The Princess Diaries. Princess Diaries?
Mhm.
That's the one
Yep.
with Anne Hathaway and the
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
bop. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. He did that, and you would recognize him. He's also the devil in Hocus Pocus. Trying to
Yes,
reach
he
everyone
is.
where they are.
Yes, he is. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he did such a good job. It's fantastic. But he's great. He did a bunch of work. But I was looking a little bit into the history. So anyway, This show, just for the summary of it, it takes place in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hardware store owner Howard Cunningham, his wife Marion, and their children Richard and Joni lived through the 1950s with help and guidance from lovable and almost superhuman greaser Fonzie. Which, that summary is pretty good. They're leaving out a major character, though. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but Richie's older brother, Chuck, not mentioned at all in this summary. You might be wondering why. Well, that's because he only lasted one season. Chuck didn't make it. And he was only in a few episodes as kind of a side character. Then later on in the series, Howard and Marion are very excited to have about their 2 children, not their 3rd children, because they wrote him out. He no longer existed. And I love there was a commercial on Nick at Night for the longest time. What happened to Chuck? And it was like an Unsolved Mysteries kind of commercial about where did Chuck go? He was there, and then he's gone. It was pretty great.
Fantastic.
The show ran from 1974 to 1984, so a solid 10-year run for a show at the time. And I did a little bit of math because I thought this was kind of interesting. Let's say the show, for just make things simple, took place in 1954 when it started. A Happy Days-esque show would take place in 2005 for us.
I'm so upset.
Lord.
Yeah, that
I'm
got
so
me.
upset.
Because I was like, what were people in the 70s thinking? Oh, that wasn't that long ago for them.
No.
The 50s seems like such a weird. I guess I'm trying to think about it though, because if you imagine the 70s and 50s, there's massive changes
Yeah.
from the 50s to then. Like you go through the whole
for sure.
60s, Flower Child, Woodstock, drugs level up to the 70s with new drugs and
Yeah.
new music.
It's why we were doing the
Well, I
80s in the aughts, right?
Yeah.
Is because
Yeah.
again, there's this like it's a massive, massive jump.
Yeah.
Not to mention you consider how far we've come to now.
Yeah, but I
yeah,
was
but
thinking
here
about.
to 05 though.
Not that different. I mean,
Here's
once the
to
internet.
January. Come on now.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah,
hold
but
on.
that's different though.
Party foul. But
You're right though.
he's not wrong. But like thinking about it, I was thinking about 2005 and what a show might look like and why it might feel different to us now or to people watching it that maybe didn't live through it. The iPhone hadn't come out yet. I think that's
Sure.
the biggest,
Yeah.
single
Well,
biggest
Nokia
thing.
flip phones. Let's go.
Well,
But
and social
also-
media wasn't nearly as pervasive.
Yeah, social
Wasn't
media
there.
wasn't as pervasive. Really, the
Barely had
internet
email.
itself
Yeah.
wasn't as
Mhm.
pervasive.
Yeah.
I mean, not to the level that it is now. We barely had iPods at that time.
Oh, sure. Yeah. iPods came out in 2002, I think.
Yeah, it was like everyone was still walking around with, giant books of CDs to listen to.
Yeah, your car still
Yeah.
had that thing on the
Still
visor with the
do.
CD slid in it.
Yep.
This car comes with a 6 CD changer. Never have to worry about it. Hours of music is that kind
but
of.
it is in the trunk.
Yes.
so-
Yes.
Good luck with that.
You have to get out and put your CDs in. But yeah, it would be a really interesting show in the sense that the level of communication between all people would be greatly reduced. May have been the pinnacle of the internet before it just turned to trash. Write us those were the days show at gmail.com and tell us all about what you feel about a show that took place then. But so a little bit of history about the show. This might not have been the best episode. If you wanted to be introduced into Happy Days, this is probably not the right one. This is the best spooky season, according to the internet. But between season 2 and 3, they massively retooled the show. They found that it wasn't working super great as a one camera show. They were kind of still figuring out the comedy. The Fonz wasn't nearly as big of a part of the show as he became. So people started to love the Fonz. They liked that character. They thought we need to retool the show. We need to work him in more. So season 3 is really where you get the Happy Days that everyone knows and loves and talks about.
Sure.
That's the one where the opening sequence is much cleaner. They've got like moving people and not just single shots of people.
Yep.
At least season 2, we did get the theme song. Season 1 just had Rock Around the Clock, I think was the theme for that
right.
season.
Wow.
So the Happy Days theme came along in season 2 and they slowly built the show. So ratings were kind of falling off the charts on season 2. So Gary Marshall came in and made the Fonz a bigger part. This actually caused a lot of on-set issues with Richie Cunningham, Ron Howard, because this was his starring vehicle. And then they started to bring the Fonz up to the level. And there was a whole lot of discussion about Ron Howard leaving the show because he's like, this was pitched as the Richie show. Like, this is my opportunity to have a show with me in it. I'm the star. And they kept bringing the Fonz up because he was bringing the ratings. So they did a lot to try to balance the two. Eventually, Richie did leave. I mean, he made it a long way. He left in like season 7 or 8. Because you got to pay the bills. And it was mainly because his directing career was taking off. He was starting to get into doing his own thing, and that was great. And then it left the Fonz to run the show, and the show took a major downward turn.
It legitimately jumped the shark.
It is the show where we get the phrase "jump the shark." Funny thing is, I think the shark jump happened in like season 4. It was a whole lot of good show after that happened. It's just used as this idea. Really, it's when they remodeled Owls is when it all just went to crap. Remodeling Owls was the problem.
It's interesting too because there's a lot of parallels to what happened with Happy Days and something like Family Matters, right? Family Matters was pitched as the Carl Winslow show, and it became Urkel's show, because he was what everyone wanted to see. So
I mean, he had a pull-string doll. I mean,
right, exactly.
With some TV shows. Like I remember I'm gonna bring it back to West Wing because I always do all the time. Like when that was
reset
pitched,
the counter.
when when that was pitched, it wasn't supposed to focus on the president so much, but Martin Sheen came in and just owned it, and they're like, "Yeah, we got to do more with him."
Yeah, absolutely. Another fun fact I thought about this show that I really liked is Jerry Paris, who played the neighbor on the Dick Van Dyke Show, one of Robert Petrie's best friends, actually directed every episode of this show from season 3 onward. That is unheard of in TV.
That is.
To have a single director for the entire run. He only missed 3 episodes in season 3, and otherwise he directed every single episode of Happy Days. I don't understand. How do you do that?
I don't know.
It's like directing the longest form movie ever. Which is kind of incredible. Nowadays, you have directors come and go all the time. The cast and crew knows how to run the show, and the director just walks in and says, "Yes, do what you're doing. Sounds good." Unless you get like an artist, who wants to make it
like
fun.
a weird X-Files episode.
Yeah, Quentin Tarantino
And you're like,
directing
oh no,
X-Files.
I see who this is. Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Yeah, but it runs.
I mean, that like Kevin Smith coming in and directing an episode or 2 of Supergirl.
Yeah. He would say he was just there to point at things that everybody else did all the work.
Well, yeah.
Which was pretty fun. But yeah, so most people would remember Happy Days season 3 moving forward. But the episode we are talking about tonight is season 2, episode 6, Haunted, because it is spooky season. So I'm going to go through a little bit of the episode. It's not super complex, but if anybody has anything that got their interest they want to shout out, we'll just go scene by scene in this thing. So the show picks up at Arnold's during Halloween when the Arnold's is getting decorated. And there's some fun banter between a waitress and one of the demons, right? Wasn't it Bag out front?
Yeah. Bag,
giving her a hard time and her dishing it right back at him. So
my favorite was the whole town will be one big 4-letter word.
This time spell it right.
Spell it right.
And then that whole thing ends with her walking inside and someone throws a water balloon at the glass door and shatters the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a water balloon filled with rocks. These are unruly kids. And we'll learn more about adult supervision in this show as we go along because
the
amazing.
thickness and whatever water balloons were made out or just balloons were made out of at that time doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they cut to commercial, so you don't see the guy coming out and beating the kids for breaking the glass.
Yeah.
The water balloons are made out of tire rubber.
Yes.
Probably
a little bit different. So we meet our heroes of the show, sort of. Ralph Malph, Potsy, and Richie sitting at a booth talking about Malph's annual Halloween party that the demons always come along and wreck. But Malph's got a really great idea for this next party. He's going to have the party at the old Simpson house. Because every town needs an old insert surname here.
Gotta.
It's important. And it's known for having a creepy reputation about an old lady that lost her head there. Got beheaded. and she haunts the place. But he's pretty sure that's not real. They're just gonna go have a party there. No one blinks an eye really at the idea this is an abandoned home.
Yeah, right. We
Mhm.
are gonna trespass
Yes,
at minimum, but if
Right.
it's
Yeah,
been
yeah.
abandoned for, I mean, because we find out later that the story of this house has been going on for like a long time. So this has
Yeah.
been abandoned for a long. Like, there's no reality in which is like if this is Milwaukee, like that's some weather.
no
You
kidding.
know,
Mhm.
Yeah, it is
that house is
rotten.
not gonna be okay.
Yeah,
And
definitely
that
not.
house necessarily isn't abandoned either.
No, it's in a
Yes.
very small neighborhood. It's practically like a townhouse. Like,
Yeah.
it's like
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of the Burbs. It's like all these beautiful houses are going to be around it, and then this one gnarly house.
okay, but it's
Mm.
only gnarly from like the first floor down.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fine after that. The porch
Yeah.
kind of overgrown.
Yeah. But everything else, it holds up. It's fine. It probably smelled so terrible in there. But maybe somebody's been caretaking it, at least at a bare
Sure.
minimum over time. Who knows?
The
But
lawn
Richie.
mowing influencer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the guy. I'll mow your lawn for free. I make videos on YouTube. So we go over to the Simpsons house. Richie's gonna go check it out, just to make sure it's all cool. He takes Joni with him. Joni, I can't figure out how old anyone is in this show, and I was trying
She's
to figure it
either
out.
30 or 10. Like, there's no, depending on where you're at.
Because I was watching, I'm like, okay, Richie's clearly maybe 20. Ron Howard's 20 something when he's doing
Yeah.
this, and
Mhm.
so they're trying to play him off as 16 at least. And then
Sure. And
Joni,
that was like, okay.
right? I get it. He's got kind of a baby face. He can kind of
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
But then Joni, it's like they're trying to play her as an 8-year-old when she's probably
Right?
13.
Like, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah. It's not working because she acts like an
No.
8-year-old and it's off-putting because
it
you can
is-
tell
it
she's
is
older.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird because it's like, I'm going to tell mom on you and stuff like that. And like, you are way old
She's
enough.
got to go to her chipmunk meeting. And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Mhm.
do
Yeah, with her
you?
pumpkin with the 4-letter word written on it. What's
Mhm.
that word mean? I
Nothing.
was
Nothing. And
use
don't,
it
and
for
don't tell
Mom and
mom
Dad.
about it.
Yeah, send in your emails what you think that 4-letter word was because we don't know.
It was poop. it was the
It
50s.
was the 50s.
It's just
Yeah,
poop.
you're right. So they go in the house, and Richie's kind of trying to be brave and everything, but then he opens a door, sees something that freaks him out, and then leaves. Joni wasn't going in. Joni's like, "This is stupid."
Mhm.
And I brought me back to memories of being in a small town where my parents grew up. And there were, abandoned homes and homes that were used as storage for other families like around there.
Sure.
And you could just park your car on the street, just walk up to it. We used to run around the abandoned school like it was a playground.
Mhm.
Um,
yeah.
Mhm.
so it really doesn't strike me as that odd, this being the 50s, even if it was a commercial area that people would just pull up and go in there and just see what's in there. And the police
Yeah.
might come and be like, kids, scram.
Yeah.
And you,
Right.
Now we would just have like an Urban
Well-
X guy in there. And
But it's also it's the 50s, so the police would have showed up, would have looked the other way because the kids are they're staying out of trouble.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Nowadays it's the neighbor across the street has called the police
Mhm.
and called their neighbor and gone over there to watch.
yeah, it's
just-
on the Nextdoor
it's-
app.
yeah,
Yeah, it's posted
Yeah.
on next
It's
door.
posted on next door.
Mhm.
Did you hear those gunshots from the kids next door? There were no gunshots. It's fine. There's gunshots all the time in this area. All the time. You would think we lived in Crimes Valley. It's backfiring cars. Don't go to guns as your first guess when you live in the safest town in America.
Yeah, no.
Gunshots. Ah, calm down. Anyway, I know I live in North Carolina. It's not that bad. But yeah, so I did make a note that this house reminds me of the house from The Ghost and Mr. Chicken. You guys ever seen that one?
No.
Oh
No.
boy, Don Knotts living his best life. You gotta get in
You
there.
had me at
Oh,
Don Knotts.
that
You had
one.
me at
The
Don
Ghost of
Knotts.
Mr. Chicken is amazing. So you got to watch that. All right, that's the last recommendation I'll have. But yeah, a little bit of light trespassing goes on. We're back home. We get our introduction to Howard Cunningham, Tom Bosley, the GOAT,
Mhm.
the best of
Mhm.
TV dads. I love Tom Bosley.
I love him in Murder, She Wrote so much.
He's just good. He's
He's
just
so good.
Mhm.
good. He has a deadpan way about him.
Yes.
Yep.
Unconcerned dad. your mother's cooking dinner. Jody, go help her because I'm a 50s dad.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, Richie, have a seat.
Which is probably not that different from his 70s dad,
probably
but
not.
you know.
Yeah, it took a little while.
True.
Yeah.
I made chicken nuggets tonight. Times have changed.
Excellent. Good work.
Good job.
But Richie's obviously bothered by going to this house, so talks to his dad about it. His dad says this house is the story, and this house has been going on since he was a kid. That's at least 3 decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 2. I mean, it is the 50s. They probably had Richie when they were 18 and 19.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
still,
Also, very, very good joke of they had ghosts back then. Yes, they had ghosts. We had ghosts back then. They were
That was
just younger.
Yeah.
that was really good.
Incredible.
Tom Bosley was actually the president of one of the class, like Nick at Night or Movie Land or something at one point. I remember him coming on commercials when I was a kid about stuff. And I was like, I know that guy. He was great. So Richie's talking about doing this Halloween party at the Simpson house. Dad doesn't blink an eye. Like,
Nope.
No.
not even remotely bothered at
They're
the
not
idea.
at his house, so.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're not at
Right.
home.
Yeah. Oh, you guys
But-
are going over there? Okay. Well, they know where they are,
Well-
you know?
I mean, it's the last line that kills it because he's like, "That's nice. I wouldn't be caught dead there."
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like,
I don't know,
there
man.
it is.
I mean, this is why we had to have commercials in the 80s asking if you knew where your children were.
You're probably right.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. Do you know where your kids are? Now, yes, we know where they are all the time.
All the time.
All the
We
time.
tagged them.
They
Tagged and
can-
Yeah, we did.
released.
It would be good if they did get lost once in a while.
Sure.
Be fine. It'd be fine. But no, yeah, they're going to this house. Nobody seems to care. We go back to Arnold's, and we meet the first time the Fonz is on screen for this episode, hanging
Okay.
out, drawing on a skeleton. Yeah.
That skeleton head. Did anybody else's family have those
Yeah.
decorations?
Absolutely.
Because I recognized them as soon as I saw it. I was like, we had the bag of that skull, those skeletons, the little pumpkins. I was like, holy crap.
There's a
Yeah.
cat too. There's a
Yep,
real good black
uh-huh.
cat.
Black cat.
My mom tells me she still has them.
Oh wow.
And I was like,
Wow.
I need them.
Give them to
Not
me.
not for Halloween, just in general.
Just in
Just,
general.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Fits the
Cool.
vibe I'm going for. I need them in my
Really does.
decorations.
yeah.
So
But it was
Richie-
just wild looking at that because this was made in like what, 74?
yeah.
So realizing we had decorations that have been around since 74. Okay.
It's
They
hard
also
to.
didn't, it wasn't like the new thing every year.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I
know.
mean? Like they were
Oh,
just
I
putting
know.
them out.
We
Yeah.
You
use
know?
the same ones every
Right, but
single
also the
year.
company wasn't necessarily
just
buy
making
the
new
same
ones,
ones
for
you know what I mean?
a decade.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're so easy to store, and it just like
They're
Brads.
Right.
flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're flat, and
Just
you just
flat
put them
and-
together with the Brads, and you
Yeah.
got
Uh-huh.
arms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good
We should
stuff.
do that again.
Mhm.
Those are great.
Mhm.
Travis, you have a 3D printer. Make us some really heavy duty
All right. I'm on it.
skeletons. Yeah, get
Yeah,
that
we've
done.
Come a long way since then with all the inflatables and laser shows and stuff.
Yeah, the inflatables are nice. They store easy.
Mm.
That's what it's all about now. Is does it store easy? Yes.
I had some friends arguing the other day, husband and wife arguing over whether they should get from Facebook Marketplace a 25-foot Stay Puff Marshmallow Man.
Yes.
Because it was only
Yeah, the
300
answer.
bucks.
Yeah.
The answer to that question is always yes.
Yeah, you can't put a price on happiness. Get that thing. You could be dead someday. Buy the
Mhm.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Richie's looking for advice on what to do. Fonzie says, man, the only thing to fear is fear itself. Richie says, I'm pretty sure I've heard that somewhere before. For those who were playing trivia this weekend, FDR said it. That's where that came from.
Fun says, yeah, whoever was got it from me.
Yeah.
We got it from the Fonz.
Yeah, they did. Then he asks him where he's going. He says the Simpsons house, and Fonz is like, "Whoa, I'm not.
Uh-huh.
No, that place is haunted." And then they got water balloons thrown at him, and I loved
Good.
Fonzie's response to getting hit with a water balloon. It was, "Hey, you got me wet."
Got me wet. Because he's like laughing about Richie getting hit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yep.
I feel like I don't know that was improv, but it feels improv.
it feels very
Yeah.
improv.
It does.
Yeah.
It does a lot.
because he didn't have a look of malice on his face as the Fonz. It was more of a that was really funny. You hit me, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
We get a little bit more scary stuff with Richie at home watching TV.
So good.
This was a great scene.
It was really good. I was impressed because I know that that's a track added later, right? They're just telling Richie, you're watching a creepy show
Right.
on the TV. They're giving him stage direction.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he's having to pretend to be scared of this nothing that he's looking at.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that
Well,
takes a lot of skill.
And it's such a good evolution in the scene because it's Richie
Yes.
being scared first, and then
Yes.
Joni freaks him out.
Mm-hmm.
But then, of course, Dad comes running in, and
'Cause he
he's
heard
like, "What's the
yell.
yelling about?" Yeah, I heard yelling, and Richie starts to explain to him, and it's the slow progression of Tom Bosley taking the pillow to hold on to
Oh, that was great.
Yes.
and getting
Yeah.
more and more creeped
Uh-huh.
out. I loved it. I
Sitting
loved
there,
it so
takes,
much.
Takes the pillow, turns on the light. It's not good to
Bad
watch
for
TV
your
in the
eyes.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And
Talk about a ghost story.
it's just, yeah, it's a super fun scene. I absolutely loved it. I love Tom Bosley doing anything. Let's see, what else we got? The trick or treating. It's trick or treating night, and this is where we get the first real good appearance of Marion Cunningham,
Mhm.
played by Marion Ross, which is convenient. Go ahead and just use that first name, makes things easy. Mrs. C,
Sure.
as Fonzie would affectionately call her later on.
Mhm.
She's great. She doesn't care that they're going to the Simpson house either. Mom and Dad both
Yeah.
don't care where their kids are going.
She's
No.
busy taking Joni out to trick or treat
Yeah,
in
to
her
trick or
werewolf
treat.
costume with a jacket over top of it. And as a
Okay,
kid,
all right. As the Northerners can tell you,
yep,
Yeah,
it's a big bummer.
it sucks.
It's a big bummer when
Mm.
your mom makes you wear a coat over your costume.
which
Which
was
I-
why you 90% of the time you would try to figure out costumes for the kids that could fit over a snowsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, my mom made all my Halloween costumes because I'm spoiled. So, yeah, they're all pretty toasty.
But yeah, I
Speaking of
definitely have been there where it's like, no, you got to wear a jacket. It's cold.
Jacket
Why
runs
not?
there
See, we had to wear a jacket because it was raining.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The rain.
You'll get that too. Yeah.
I remember
sure.
having a Riddler outfit, and Batman Forever was a big deal. And I was gonna go trick or treating in my Riddler outfit, and it was just like it's that tissue paper thin material.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, you cannot go out without a jacket on. But I'm the Riddler. He doesn't need a jacket. Nowadays, you design it with the
Yeah.
cold in mind.
I was a pixie on a toadstool one year.
That's awesome.
It's incredible. I will find a photo.
Yeah.
And it was made out of felt and it
Oh,
rained
Oh,
no.
that gets heavy.
and the bottom just like melted because it wasn't like wool felt, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? It was like
Yeah.
a 80s acrylic felt.
Oh,
Right.
It's kind of like
So just-
Ooh.
melted at the bottom.
It's
My-
not actual.
I
animal
remember
hair.
we were like done because it was rainy and like we were over it. And our parents were like, "Are you sure we can keep going?" We're like, "No, we're done now. Thanks. We would like to go home."
I feel like that's the story with my son every year. He gets done before we do. He does like 4 houses. He's like, I got enough candy. It's not good for you anyway. This is fine. I'm like, Sam, we should do
No,
the
but
block.
That's not the whole.
Let's
Yeah.
go around at least around the block. I'm not done walking yet.
I know. I want to go. I'm like ready. There was near my old apartment. There was this house and this elderly couple, and they used to decorate it like crazy. And then there was like nobody. They would get nobody, and I was like so tempted to go in my closet and like put on one of my costumes and just go trick or treat, so
Yeah.
that someone would go to
Yeah.
their house.
Yeah.
Like, I'm here for you.
I know
Steven,
what you need.
I would just like to point out that only you would have the child that is also a 60-year-old man.
He's
That
like,
is
I'm
actually
just
very
tired.
accurate.
I think I want to go home. I've got
I'm just
enough."
tired and the candy's not good for you anyway. Let's just go home, Dad. Come on.
That apple barely rolled away from the tree.
It just fell directly down and sat there. You have no idea. So
I love in this scene because, Dad is giving out the candy and
Mhm.
how 50s can you get? He's just got a bowl of like candied orange slices and a bowl of apples.
yes.
And he's
Yeah.
just handing them out unwrapped.
Uh-huh.
It was
I
amazing.
got so mad when he gave that little girl an apple.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I was like, that's so rude.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's also
Well,
being
he doesn't
a little,
just give her the apple. He throws the apple
Well,
into
he
her
does.
mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
He did break her cookie. You know that did happen.
Did.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he got just a little creepy, Mr. Cunningham, when the little
Just a
boy
little
comes to the door with like,
Mhm.
how about a little kiss? No, Mr. Cunningham.
No,
No.
absolutely not.
I know
By the
it's
way,
the
fun
50s, but come
fun
on.
piece of trivia. Those kids coming up to the house to trick or treat, Gary
Mhm.
Marshall's kids,
No
Yeah.
way.
I saw that.
Oh,
Ah.
that's
because he
great.
directed this episode. This is the one
Okay.
episode of the series he directed, and it was his kids doing the trick or treating.
That's awesome. And so
I-
that might make that less creepy if they'd known Tom Bosley for a long time and they
Yeah.
were like
Yeah.
close family member style stuff going on. But it
Mhm.
definitely,
felt-
as a stranger at someone's house, that turned out that was real weird, Mr. Cunningham.
Also, for whatever reason, this scene felt like the most. Hey, let's stretch this out just for time.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because man, those opening and closing of the door and going back and forth
Yeah.
Yeah.
between people felt way too long.
Oh, definitely. This show is 25 minutes, which is pretty long for a sitcom for us nowadays. I think now 19 minutes is the average because there's so many commercials.
Mhm.
So there's
Mhm.
a lot of space to fill and really not a lot of story here.
Yeah.
But we do get to the Simpson house and Richie's got his date and they go in. It was kind of shocking to me that this was to add some creepiness to it. The house is obviously quiet. It's the quietest,
Mhm.
weirdest, darkest party I've ever seen. And they treat it like it's Richie Cunningham's surprise party for whatever
Right.
Yeah.
reason.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Also, they have a coffin.
Yes.
Those are not cheap.
No.
No.
Nope.
No, they are not.
Where and I like that they were like, go check out like at the beginning, they're like, go check out the house and make sure it's like full of cobwebs and stuff. And then they decorate like and then they
Yeah, they
put up
decorate
with
it with
just
all the
like
stuff. Yep.
the cutesiest decorations.
What I
don't
did
know,
learn, like
man.
that generation was so successful because they were willing to put the work in
Yep.
while in high
Mhm.
school. We would all be
Yeah.
like, bah, that sounds like a lot. Let's just party somewhere. Who's got the cooler? They were like, oh, we'll get these nice decorations. We'll get a turkey sandwich platter.
Yeah.
That was
Uh-huh.
the most 50s
It really
party
was.
buffet
Uh-huh.
I have ever seen in my life. It was just like
Mhm.
a couple of paper plates with
Yep.
cold cuts on them, some cheese, and some
Mm.
slices of bread. No other condiments, no mustard, no mayo,
Mhm.
just
No.
dry sandwich.
No
Yeah.
chips. And the turkey
Nothing.
was like cooked, like someone brought it from home, like their mom
Yeah.
made it. It was
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
Like freshly
chunks
sliced.
of turkey breast. And I've never watched a TV show where a person is actually plating the stuff like I do when I'm at my grandma's house getting Thanksgiving dinner. Like she stabs
I
the
mean-
fork into the turkey, like shakes it off onto her
Uh-huh.
plate. I'm like,
Mhm.
this
Right.
feels realistic. This is exactly how I would do it. Because they never show that anymore. But yeah, it was
No.
real flip and quiet till mouth pops up out of the coffin and it's like, Richie, we got him. But Richie was doing something that I wanted to point out, and that's the fact that men pretend to be incredibly brave they're with a date
Mhm.
Yep.
when they
Mhm.
don't have to be, or they're like scared to death. I do that when Stephanie calls me to get a roach or something in the house. I'm like, okay, man up. Gotta act like this is no big deal.
You
And-
got to.
Yeah, but
Uh-huh.
inside
'Cause
it's
if
a
we do it
storm of
ourselves,
fear.
I don't,
Yeah.
I'm
like
acting all
the-
cool.
It's like the girl. There's a story about a girl who, came out to her grandma as a lesbian, and her grandma just kind of stopped for a second and goes, "But who's gonna open the jars?" Incredible.
Yeah, I feel it double now that I have a son because I have to act brave for him and her.
Yeah,
so I'm like,
you
yeah,
got
totally.
to.
I got this roach. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope it doesn't fly.
Oh, yeah.
Had
Scared
a
to
stink
death.
bug. It sounded like a Spitfire flying around my room
Ooh.
last night. It was like,
If it does fly, I'm like, just can't scream. I can react,
just yeah,
but I can't scream.
no.
Steven, I didn't get a chance to tell you, like a couple weeks ago, there was a fire over here next to my
Oh.
apartment. And on the inside, I was losing it.
Yeah,
My boys were here. So on the outside, it was like, everything's okay.
yeah.
It's just a fire that
Mhm.
we can feel the heat
It's
through
just
the window.
it's just an inferno.
It's just
Yeah.
you can feel it through the window.
Yeah.
The
But it was
firemen
just
are
a-
going to take care of it. That's
They-
their job.
Yep, they were there. The
I got
firemen were
some-
taking.
Marshmallows.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just put your socks on. Where your shoes?
Uh-huh.
Where are your shoes? Do you know where your shoes are? Where have you seen? You need to get
Oh,
them.
yeah.
Just
mhm.
in case.
Go
Yep.
Go and get your shoes. I'm going to go change my pants. I'll be back.
Only had to do that once. Okay.
Oh man. But they started all this back to this party. They're all trying to figure out how to scare Richie. Richie's not afraid of anything.
Mhm.
He's the cool kid. But then they got an idea. They're really gonna scare him. They've set up a something in the closet. Well, because a lot of this plan was Richie or the whole plan Mouth had was scare the girls enough that they
Yeah.
need comforted.
Right.
That's
Yes.
the key. And
Mhm.
Richie keeps
I like comforting.
Richie keeps debunking all of their scary stuff so the girls don't need comforting, which is what the boys
Mhm.
were there to provide.
Right.
Mhm.
It's a great ruse, Malf. It's working.
Right.
Excellent plan.
Because it
It's-
seemed like they were having such a hard time with the girls as it was.
Yeah, right. I
Right.
mean, they were doing fine. What were they looking for? I know what they were looking for. But let's not get into that because it's the 50s.
Mhm.
Everybody was innocent
me tell
in the
you,
50s.
In the 50s, Richie's girlfriend's mom is not letting her out of the house just like
Oh,
that.
no.
No.
Absolutely not.
No, they didn't even
Come
let Barbara
on.
Eden out of the house for I Dream of Jeannie
No.
dressed like that.
Right.
And she was a full-grown
Shit.
adult.
She was
She
a
had
grown
her own
woman.
twin bed. Like that's not. Yeah. Mm.
No, you go back in that house, young lady, and you change into something sensible. Yeah, it's one of those. Oh, the bobbing for apples too. They were bobbing for apples.
Oh,
I've done
yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
before.
Oh, yeah.
It's incredibly gross. It's the worst.
Mhm.
It's the
Not good.
grossest.
It's terrible.
Mhm.
Blah, blah. You're just spitting and slobbering and
Yep.
snotting all in the same.
Nope.
Fonzie
But
had
I
the right
did-
idea.
Yeah,
I did like Fonz coming in with his date,
Tonto.
Mhm.
Cloris. Tonto.
Nope.
Is anyone
just
named
went,
Cloris anymore? If your name is Cloris and you're under the age
Just-
of 75,
Yeah, I was going to say just Leachman.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I
It's the
was.
only one
Yeah.
I can think of.
Mhm.
she's
Yeah.
the only
But it was
one.
great because he walks in and it's just Fonzie with a mask on, with a
Right.
Lone Ranger mask.
Mhm.
It's so great. It's
like,
very Fonzie.
Not gonna
Yes.
wear the hat because that would mess up his hair.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
No, you don't touch the hair.
Mm-mm.
So yeah, I forgot. So they set up this closet thing that they want to scare Richie with, and it's a mannequin with no head rocking in a rocking chair.
Mhm.
Richie gets freaked out like initially because he jumps back right when they open the door and he's like, because I mean,
Because-
Yep.
who wouldn't?
Yeah.
Because that's the thing Richie saw to begin with that we weren't
Right.
sure what the heck
Yeah.
it was he saw.
Yeah.
That's
and then
true.
they're like, we got Richie. And then we hear some sounds coming down the stairs and another mannequin that's going, where's my head? I lost my head. And everyone's freaked out about that because Mouth didn't set that up. Potsy
Right.
didn't set that up. And this is where Richie gets to be the hero and knock the mannequin over and its bag underneath it. The demons
Yeah.
have crashed the party yet
'Cause
again.
of course they did.
Yeah, they found out where it was. Bag didn't stick around a long time in this show. He was in it for like 3 or 4 seasons, I think, but as a minor recurring character.
Mhm.
But yeah, Bag was there doing his thing, and that was the big ending. I think I don't remember anything major happening after that.
Well, Richie poured a drink over his head.
That's
to
right.
get
Yeah.
Oh
back at
yeah.
him. And then we had the epilogue of the episode with the candy back home.
Oh yeah, where they
Okay,
go through
but
the
wait.
candy. That was good.
We
And
didn't talk about the skeleton costume.
Oh, we didn't talk about his
Oh.
costume at all, or
Oh my
Potsy's
gosh.
costume.
yeah,
The
Yeah.
costumes were great. So you had Ralph was Alfred Hitchcock.
Yep.
Mhm.
right. Which was great when he did the pose. Like that
Yeah.
was
It was
amazing.
good. It was
He did the
really
If
good.
pose.
you
was
know
very
that, like I can imagine people today have no idea what that is. It's like,
Right.
okay.
Obviously, he needed a bald cap, but whatever.
Right.
That's
But Potsy was like Fantastic Man. I'm not sure who he
Sure.
was.
Yeah.
So they don't
kinda-
give a reason. He's just wearing tights with a big
The-
F
the-
on the chest.
The F reminded me of Blue Falcon, but it wasn't Blue Falcon.
No.
So
No,
I
because
think
it was yellow.
trying to do that without doing it, kind of thing.
Could be.
But yeah, that was the most sparkly skeleton outfit
It
I've
was
ever
so
seen.
sparkly. But it's really funny because when they're getting dressed, right? Marion's like, telling Joni, like, oh, you're so cute. She's like, no, I want to be scary.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
And he comes out in his like sparkly skeleton. No, we're not- it was really good. And she's
Well,
like,
and
oh,
it's
you're
like,
so,
no, it's real scary.
you're so scary. No, I want to be cute.
Yeah.
Very good.
It was funny.
Oh, with all those sequins, he was cute.
Oh,
Good
yeah, he
lord.
was-
He was cute.
Like that
He
was a
so
very
shiny.
well
Why was he
made.
so sparkly? Why?
I don't
Why
know.
is he
It was
so
working.
sparkly?
Those studio lights were
Don't
really
know.
working those sparkles, though.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Uh-huh.
But then, yeah, we did have the epilogue of the candy looking over Joni's hall.
Uh-huh.
That was so good because there was nothing more scary in the early 90s than people putting syringes in the Tootsie Rolls.
Right.
You know, like everyone
Yeah.
was trying to poison your candy. And I was relieved to see that people were trying to poison your candy in the 70s too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think
Well,
there's only like
I will
one or
tell you
two
now, though,
entirely
no one-
recorded.
No
It's-
one's trying to give your children weed. Just
No.
they're
No.
not.
Yeah.
No one
No.
likes your kids
No.
enough to pay that much
I
money.
love the whole conversation about the candy, though, like talking about it being wrapped or unwrapped, and you can't trust your neighbors.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, that's not the issue I would have, but they did put like unwrapped Twizzlers in a bag, and I'm out. Like, no,
Yeah.
thank
Mhm.
you.
I don't need all the
Yeah.
candy to touch the other
No,
candy.
and
The best part is
dust, and I
when
don't-
when Tom Bosley comes in and sits down, and she's like, "Yeah, but you can't trust anybody. You said that. You know, you can't trust the unwrapped candy." He's like, "We gave out unwrapped candy."
Right.
Right.
Yeah, but
Well, we know we're not
we're
crazy.
crazy.
Uh-huh.
Well, I know I'm not crazy.
Uh-huh.
That was really good.
Crazy people never
I
think
just
they're
wouldn't eat
crazy.
unwrapped candy.
Mm.
No,
Mhm.
no. We've been
She had
trained.
so many
now.
apples.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
yeah.
really did.
That was what, 5? Like, why were people handing out apples? What are we doing?
think
Could
they
you
had
imagine
apple
though?
trees.
Like, think about the types of candy you get for Halloween, and then think about those candies being unwrapped, right? So
Nope.
like you
Absolutely.
just get like a
not.
handful of candy
And then, like,
corn.
we used to, like, so Joni had a paper bag. She did have, like, a grocery bag with a pumpkin on it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But, like, we used a pillowcase.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Right.
So it's going to be fuzzy.
hmm
Oh, yeah.
yeah. Just like,
And
but you go up to a house and they just give you a handful of candy corn, or like an unwrapped Reese's peanut butter cup, but it's got the paper.
like,
Like the paper is
Alright.
on it,
you
but
know how
just
many
drop that in the
fingerprints
bag.
you would see on your candy?
Oh,
gosh.
Exactly.
Gross.
This is more of a germ thing than a threat thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a
Mhm.
No,
nasty
that's
thing.
my
Right.
issue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think if you look into it, I might be wrong about this, but I think there's been one incident of spiked candy recorded in all of history.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
always
It
was
never
always
happened.
incredibly overblown.
Yeah,
for sure.
it was like the lawn darts. There was only one injury with a lawn dart, and
Yeah.
you would think
Mhm.
based on the way we talk about it, like kids were murdering each other left and right with them.
The
Sure.
one I remember too was like temporary tattoos, but it was actually like the LSD,
Oh,
you remember that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah.
remember that.
And again, like
which
you-
feels an awful lot like fentanyl now. But
Yes.
it's,
Logic-
you know,
Yep.
logic brain just tells you like nobody's spending that much money and then
it's
giving
so
that out to
that's what I'm
children.
saying, right? That's the whole thing with the weed candy. It's
Yeah.
like no one is no,
No.
they're
oh
not.
man, I've heard
It's
so,
so
many
expensive.
syringes in the phone booth, change return slot, LSD
Oh,
on the phone
yeah.
numbers.
Mhm.
You remember all that stuff?
Oh yeah.
Had your
yeah.
parents losing their mind, you know, and like
Yeah.
make sure you wipe the numbers off before you touch them.
Mhm.
To be fair, now I'm like, yeah, actually.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Be careful out there. Is what we're saying.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so you got your little your how to live your life tips from Happy Days there at the end.
Mhm.
And
Don't
then
eat
the
unwrapped
grown-worthy
candy.
dad joke at the very end.
Oh, so
Oh
good.
gosh, yes. If you take
was-
the
that was-
inside out of a hot dog, what do you have? A Halloweeny.
Wiener.
I love that even in 74 depicting 1950, dad jokes were still grown-worthy.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
I
And
hope
that is top tier dad joke.
That's
Yeah.
a
That
good
is a
one.
top tier dad joke. I will have to text it to
Like-
my father, but
I
Yes,
laugh.
that is S tier dad joke,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it's
No,
it is. Audie, I agree with you. It is very comforting to know that has not changed in the last 50 years.
Yeah.
No, nothing
I-
has changed.
I
We are
immediately
all
told one of
exactly
my
the
boys
same.
after seeing it.
Oh yeah, you run straight to your kids like, "I heard this great joke."
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this just goes to show. But out of those few things, people aren't any different than we've ever been. We've just got new tools to be dumb with. I think that's really at the end of the day what we're
Mhm.
looking at. We're
True.
all
New
all
tools
have
that we can
been-
be dumber faster.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we can be dumber faster, and we can spread that dumbness around rapidly,
And
where
we're
we used
really
to
good at
take
it
time.
right now.
Yeah.
Really good. Really, really good at it right now.
It used to be able to dissipate like as it went through your friend group, but
Mhm.
now it just goes out to everyone, everywhere,
Mhm.
as fast as possible. Oh, I hate the internet, but I love it at the same time because we get to do this kind of stuff.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is. But that's our episode, Haunted. That's my spooky season Happy Days episode. Thank you for walking through it with us. I hope you enjoyed watching. We actually have some feedback this episode in our emails because a stigma is great, and we'll make sure that we have them as often as we can. So here's some feedback from a stigma. Hey, y'all. Happy Days is one of those shows that I have seen little to no episodes of. What the world, you guys? But I know that it's an important part of pop culture. I still remember watching Weezer's Buddy Holly music video that came out on the Windows 95 disc back in the day. Most of the cast I know from later stuff, like Ron Howard's movies, Marion Ross in the episodes of That 70s Show, Henry Winkler in Scream and Adam Sandler movies, and Don Moe's small role in Ron Howard directed movie Ed TV. Hope everyone's having a fun spooky season. Sincerely, A Stigma. We are indeed. I'd forgotten about Ed TV.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and Henry Winkler being in The Waterboy. Totally forgot about that too.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah,
That's
he was.
right.
Oh yeah, he's great in The Waterboy.
He's so good in that. Yeah.
By the way, I just have to say real quick because we did touch on like Ron Howard, obviously starting as Opie
Mhm.
on the Andy Griffith Show. Does this, gets into directing. His first feature film, like major feature film, is Night Shift.
Mm-hmm.
But then he does Splash, Cocoon,
Mhm.
Willow,
Freaking Willow.
Parenthood, Backdraft. I mean,
Far and
just
away.
one after the other.
The
Far and Away,
Paper.
Apollo 13, Ransom, which is completely
Wow,
different from all
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Then he gets to Ed TV and How the Grinch Stole Christmas and A Beautiful Mind. Like this guy's, his directing is there's a breadth of what he has done. It's really
Mhm.
impressive.
Yeah.
Not bad for a little redheaded kid on the Andy Griffith Show.
Right.
No kidding. And Cinderella Man too. It's one of my
Mhm.
favorite
Yeah.
movies of all time. Like it's funny you think of your Spielbergs and your Kevin Smiths and your Quentin
Wes
Tarantino's and
Anderson's.
Wes Anderson and stuff, but nobody ever thinks about how prolific and amazing Ron Howard's library is. Like
Yeah.
it's kind of, I think it's just because it's all it goes so many different places.
Yeah.
It's just
That's the
such a
thing, right? There
wild-
isn't
Like I
It's
don't
not
I
like
don't want to say he doesn't have a
Spielberg.
style.
Right.
But
right.
it's not Wes Anderson. You can't look at it and go, "Oh, this is
Right.
obviously a Ron Howard."
Mhm.
No,
Mhm.
you
Yeah, like
can't.
you would not think that the same person directed, the Da Vinci Code, Rush,
Yeah.
and then the Jim Henson documentary that just came out
Yeah.
last year, Idea
Mhm.
Man. Like the
And
same guy
Solo.
directed all of those.
He did
Yeah.
Star
Solo.
Wars, right?
Yeah.
He did Solo. That movie was
Mhm.
great. I don't care what
That
people
movie
say.
was great.
I agree.
have-
I like that one.
That
Yeah.
movie got trashed by the internet, and I have not
know.
met a single
Yeah.
real life human being that has told
No.
me they hated it. I don't understand.
Well, and the stories from the way he basically saved it from being a trash fire that it could have been.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
fact that he came in and was able to make it what it was
Yeah.
and make it so good.
I meet all these, I'd see on the internet, like it was horrible. And I meet all these real life flesh and blood humans in front of me that are like, no, I
Mhm.
love that movie. It's great.
That's because Star Wars people on the internet don't actually like Star Wars.
No, they're maniacs.
true.
They don't.
They
don't
like
get it.
being 12 years old in 1985. You
That's-
know what I mean? Like
That's true. Yeah. They don't like Star Wars. They like the feeling it gave them when they
Yes.
were 11, and they're never going to be
Exactly.
able to have that again. And
Correct.
they're angry about it.
Yeah.
Got it. They're chasing a dragon, and they're
Yeah.
never going to catch it.
That's true.
I still
Perfect.
go back to Willow though, one of my favorite fantasy films of all time.
Mhm.
The show was so much better than it had any right to be.
Yes, it was.
also,
Good
And
Lord.
I'm heartbroken about it.
What
but
show? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I thought it
The
was.
Willow show.
There
The
was a
Willow
Willow
show.
show. Is there somewhere I
Yes.
could watch it?
Nope. No.
No.
No, because
Then did it really exist? I'm being facetious. I'm just trying to work Audie up. Because yeah, I think the erasure of valid works of
It's
art
really
is
upsetting.
dangerous and
Mhm.
scary,
Very
and I
much
don't
so.
like
I've
anything about
started
it.
buying DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Again.
You should. That's probably one of the scariest. That and when Amazon deleted 1984 from everyone's Kindles by mistake.
if they would have put Willow on a freaking disc for us all. Good Lord,
Yeah.
Disney,
Yeah,
come
you-
on.
It's gone. We'll never know it ever existed. It's a shame.
I'll remember it.
But you know,
I'll
we
remember
could
it.
we could
Just
keep
like
being
in Coco. I will let its memory live.
So that's a certain kind of scary, but a different kind of scary is what we're talking about next week because Amy is going to take us somewhere new. Where are we going, Amy?
Uh-oh.
I am. And it's tied to several moments in this episode,
It
it
is.
turns out.
Wow.
We're watching Alfred Hitchcock Presents.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. We're doing season 3, episode 1, The Glass Eye. Now, I know Travis already looked at the IMDb and looked at the cast list. I'm going to advise you, don't.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
go
goes
in
for
blind.
you too, dear
Because
listener.
there is a
Going in blind for an episode called The Eye.
I know. I'm going to tell you this. A lot of this stuff, right? Like a lot of the, like when we watched the Scary Doll episode of The Twilight Zone, right? We were like, this is quaint, right? Like
Right.
to our sensibilities. This episode has a twist, and I gasped. I gasped watching this episode. So I'm very excited, but you need to not look at the cast list. I feel like.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm real into it and I'm real scared now.
So that is on it's on Amazon and Peacock is the other one, I believe. Yes.
Yeah, they tend to share things a
Yeah.
lot. Sweet. Okay, so that's Alfred Hitchcock Presents Season 3, Episode 1, The Glass Eye, on Amazon and Peacock. If you have it, that is awesome. I am super excited about it. We are going to have a great show next week. I can already tell. But thank you all for enjoying Happy Days with us. And I hope you have some happy days yourself. And we'll see you next time here on Those Were the Days.
Hey.